the neutral sound schwa, as in this word here, as you can see at the top. Now, if you were learning how to say this word and you were reading it as you'd been taught, with the B, the A, the N, the A, the N, the A, you would go bəઃnɑːnə, wouldn't you? bəઃnɑːnə, pronouncing those as short A's quite correctly. Of course, we sometimes say na, bəʼnɑːnə, banana, so you've got the long A there. But if you can listen to the first A sound when I say it, I go banana, banana. I don't go bəઃnɑːnə or banana. So I don't go A, or R. I don't make any of those vowel sounds. It's just a sound, and that's because it's the easier sound to make. Now that's what the schwa sound is. Okay, so it's not something you have to learn. You'll find when you're reading it will come naturally to you. So banana, banana. So it's banana, banana, not bəઃnɑːnə. And here it's given us a drawing. A jaw is half open, relaxed tongue and lips. Middle of the tongue is halfway up. Tongue position is a bit lower than ink. Tongue is not going forward and the sound is very short. So So your whole mouth and your tongue all completely relaxed and your mouth is slightly open. See, it's like a bit of a grunt. When you pick something up that's heavy, you go, That's basically what that is. So listen and repeat. Look at the mouth diagram to help you position your lips, tongue and jaw for the target sound. So the highlighted bold letters pronounced as So there's the schwa sound. Can you see in the brackets? There it looks like a little E upside down, a little upside down E. That is the schwa phoneme. Okay, so if you ever see that, then you know that you've got to pronounce it as, well, haven't got to, but you will pronounce it as an So look, it's the first one. Do we go a way or a way? A way or a way? No, we don't. We just say it with the short clipped schwa sound. Away. Away. I am going away. The second one is the same. We don't say agree or agree. When we speak, it's much easier to go agree, agree, agree. And the same with the other one. The next one, we don't go abuse or abuse. We go abuse, abuse or abuse, abuse. The same with the next one. Aboard, aboard. Climb aboard my yacht. I have plenty of money. Aboard, aboard. And the next one is against, against, against. And even with this word, the AI gives us the sound of A, but we don't say against. We don't say against. We just go against. So that's another schwa sound in the middle of that word. Against, against. And the next one is the same. Advice, advice, instead of advice or advice. All right, as you've been taught to say these letters. And all of these other ones are the same if you look at the highlighted A sound. So we've got attain, attain. And here we know that Follow Me is going to attain very high marks in his exams. Attain, advance, canal, canal, not canal or carnal. So canal, canal. And the same with the next one is correct, not correct or correct, but correct, correct. Police, police, police. And the next one is support, not support, not support, but support. A second syllable unstressed. So doctor, 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 not doctor, doctor. Under, not under, under. See, it's just a little grunting sound. Figure, not figure, but figure, figure. Color, color. Absent, absent, not scent, but scent, absent. Constant, constant, constant. Standard, standard, not standard, but standard, standard. Oral, oral. Forward, not forward, but forward, forward, forward. Upward, upward. Awkward, awkward, awkward. So you can see it's just an sound there. Very easy sound to make. And when you speak, this is how all these letters will, all these vowels and vowel combinations will sound when you speak. And it's really for ease of speaking. So you can speak fluidly, nice and smoothly. All right. Let's have a look at these ones. So we don't say fish and chips. Now, nothing wrong if you did. You're not going to fail, or people are going to say you don't say it, because that's perfectly correct. But you'll find in time, instead of saying fish and chips, I'd like some fish and chips, please. You go fish and chips. Fish, you can say and if you want to, fish and chips. But even then, you'll drop the D off eventually, and you'll go fish and chips. Fish and chips. I'd like some fish and chips. And this is easier than saying fish and chips. And, all right? It's easier saying it that way when you're merging words together. Fish and chips. Would you like some fish and chips? And chips? Salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. Pork and beans. Pork and beans. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. So I read those quickly. Ladies and gentlemen. Pork and beans. Salt and pepper. Fish and chips. See, it's much easier to say than that word in the middle of and. All right. And get a spoon. 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 All right, and some English native speakers don't pronounce their T's, so they might say, get a spoon. Get a spoon, mate. But otherwise, get a spoon. So we've got the T and the A working together here. Get a, get a. Get a spoon. Get a spoon. I only have a fork and a knife. Get a spoon. Get a spoon. Cut a piece. Cut a piece. Cut a piece. So there's the schwa sound, but very conveniently squashed up close to the T. So we've got getter, cutter, here's a lender. All right, so getter, spoon, cutter, piece, here's a plate, lender, hand. Have an apple, have an apple. So you've got to pronounce the N sound there, because as you know, the article before a noun with the vowel beginning must have the N on the article, the AN. So we need to do that. And the reason that is because it's easier to say an apple than it is to say a apple, because here you're breaking the sound a apple. You see, it's broken, a apple. But if I say an apple, have an apple, see how easily those words merge together. So you won't say have an apple. Eventually, when you're speaking fluently and fluidly, you'd say have an apple. So you're having something called napple. Napple. Have an apple. Have an apple. Can you hear how those words mix together, the end consonant in the beginning of the next word? Not a question. Don't ask me a question, please. A question. So there's your schwa, a question, and an answer, an answer. a question and an answer. Now, what is an answer? I have no idea. What is an answer? But when you say it closer together, that's what it sounds like. An answer. But it's just because we're joining the words together for ease of speaking. An aunt and an uncle. An aunt and an uncle. An aunt and an uncle. See, instead of an aunt and an uncle. An aunt and an uncle. Listen to an announcement. Listen to an announcement. All right, so you can hear that schwa sound there. An. All right, well, let's look at these two anyway, because these are comparisons between the schwa and this other one. And so you can see the first list. Slogan. So we have the schwa there. Slogan. Slogan. Not slogan or slogan or slogan, but slogan. Gun. Slogan. Gun. So much easier, isn't it, to say gun instead of gan. And forward. Forward instead of forward, because as you know, AR makes the sound of R, but because we're shortening it a bit to make it easier to say, we won't say it R, we'll use that schwa sound instead. So it's forward, forward. And the W here is very, very soft. And some English speakers hardly say it at all. They go forward, forward, forward. If you're very posh, you might drop that W sound and go forward. Let's move forward. I think it's more difficult, but anyway. And then the same with awkward, awkward, ud, awkward, awkward. Standard, standard, instead of standard, standard, standard. Upward, upward, upward. Backward, 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 backward. Now the next one is okay, let's have a look at those mixtures. Of course, we've got the IR, so we know the sound of IR is as in girl. So that's a diphthong. And then word is ER, word. And then third, IR has the same sound, third. And then earn, EA is the same, sound, earn, I earn lots of money. And word again, and why they've repeated that, word, same letters are highlighted, okay, word, and work. So we've got the sound there, so they're talking about the comparisons between the sound and the Alright, so slogan, it's so the schwa is and the other one is so it's a longer sound. Girl, girl, word, word, third, third, earn, word, work. So a long sound. Alright, and they're the combinations that all make that same sound. Alright, and the schwa is much shorter. Like a little grunt. Okay. Alright, so what are you doing in London? We are looking for a hairdresser. Alright, so that's how you pronounce it, but how are we going to say it? What are you doing? What are you doing in London? We're looking for a hairdresser. Alright, so let's break that down. What are you doing? 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 Instead of what are you doing, but what you're doing. What you're doing. What you're doing. What you're doing in London. We're looking for a hairdresser. So there's the schwa at the end, and for a instead of for a. So not for a hairdresser, but for for a hairdresser. We're looking, well, that's WE''RE, isn't it, anyway? So we're looking for a hairdresser. So what you're doing in London? We're looking for a hairdresser. Yeah, so you can see how we're sort of dropping off some sounds and merging the words together.
Yeah,
okay,
connecting the words.
Yes, so it is made of glass. No, it's made of plastic. Okay, so it's made of glass. Made of glass. No, it's made of plastic. Okay, that's quite easy, that one. Made of. What can I do? There we go. Instead of saying, what can I do? What can I do? What has she done? What have you done? Okay, this is how we all learn to read. But let's say it as though we're speaking it. So what can I do? What can I do? What can. What can I do? What has she done? What has she done? What is she done? What has she done? What has she done instead of what has she done? What has she done? What has she done? What have you done? What have you done? What have you done? What have you done today? I've been busy. What have you done? What has she done? What has she done? Okay, the next one. She had done it before she came here. She had done it. She had, not she had, but she had done it before she came here. She had done it before she came here. Amanda, not Amanda. Amanda. Phone call for you. For you. Even I'm struggling here. Phone call for you. The conductor of the orchestra was amazed to see the viola player, not player, but player, drink a scotch. Drinker. I want a drinker water. No, I prefer drinker scotch and soda. Scotch and soda. Drink a scotch and soda. So not even saying and full. It's in soda. Scotch and soda. Drink a scotch and soda. Tell my sister Amanda. Tell my sister. Okay, it's not sister, but sister. There's that sound. Tell my sister Amanda to buy some better, not better, but better. Bananas as. Now hold on, how does that fit? Some better bananas. No, you can't say bananas as. Okay, so better bananas as well as potatoes and tomatoes. Potatoes and tomatoes. Okay, so My jealousy I can't express, their love they openly confess. Her shell-like ears she does not close to their recital of their woes. Okay, so jealousy, so jealousy I can't express, their love they openly confess, not confess, but confess. Her shell-like ears she does not close to or to their recital of their woes. And woes, of course, means sorrows and sadnesses, all right? And recital means they keep on complaining, presumably, and she doesn't want to listen to all their complaining, so she's shutting her ears. And when we say shell-like, you know, if you touch your ear on the side of your head, it looks a bit like a seashell, doesn't it? It's got that shape. It's got that shell shape, and that's why they've used it rather poetically here to say her shell-like ears. She's got beautiful ears that look like seashells. All right. So shell-like ears she does not close to hear the recital of their woes.